Welcome to the hunt. Today we shall be hunting the Eater of Elders, Nergigante. The flagship monster on Monster Hunter World base game. The objective, well maybe not objective, but in my honest to God opinion, the best designed monster fight in the entirety of base Monster Hunter World, including DLC. Nergigante is extremely powerful, he's brute and he's raw. Not only that, he's extremely aggressive, and by doing so, is rewarding a lot of dual kind of playthrough where you need to be just as aggressive as he is, if not even more. And it follows the design philosophy, and maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but it follows a lot of the design philosophy that you would see in something like Bloodborne. As in Bloodborne, the best way to achieve maximum damage and maximum efficiency would be with hyper-aggressiveness, which is the same with Nergigante due to the fact that his mechanic is spine. It's only the only time I see an actual fight mechanic being driven to be a lot more aggressive and forcing less defensive play. So for example, let's take the worst monster in the entire game, Kushala the Aura. His wind aura and his tornadoes and his airborne combat moveset forces you into having a lot more of a defensive stance. Nergigante is one of the only, if not the only monster that forces you to be hyper-aggressive in order to have an easier time. Also, by focusing certain parts, it also implements a lot better the part breaking mechanic that the entire series kind of revolves around if you want to actually craft good gear. So, Nergigante is super well thought of. You could clearly tell there's been a lot of design element and problematic issues that went into development to be so well thought of to go around the mechanics of it. He's not entirely perfect. Let's not talk about AT Nergigante if we have to, but regular Nergigante is just as amazing. You can topple him for days just like a Tigress without having the bullshit of him running back and forth. He's affected by a lot of statuses and Elder Seal as well. It ain't particularly weak, and the moment you let go of him is where he gets even more dangerous. And I love that aspect of it. Now, we can't talk about everything about Nergigante, unfortunately, and I know the fight quite well, so we're ending it pretty soon, actually. But I will talk about more in detail around his moveset, his abilities, his role, lore, ecology, everything when it comes to the Runer Nergigante episode, but that's gonna be in a bit, and we ain't there yet. All you gotta know is that even for base world, it was quite a good challenge, and he has a lot of, again, elements that should be revered and seen as probably some of the best in the entire Monster Hunter franchise. And I speak of this as both someone who has watched veterans and newbies trying to get into older titles, or in this one too. All agree that Nergigante is not only wonderful, but most likely the entire newbies of the new world that I wish we would see more in other games. I don't know if we'll see it in Rise specifically, but even more so, I am just as excited for it to happen. Which this series coincidentally finishes right around the time of the release of Rise. Talk about a fitting ending. The flagship of World, Eater of Elders, Nergigante. We'll see you all for another hunt.